We're going to start on our hands and knees. So we're going to start this class working on our posture. You're going to pull your belly button up, drop your head, look at your eyes. So this is warming up the spine, and now tilt the tailbone up to the sky. Eyes look up. And pull the belly button in. Drop the head, push into the floor. And reverse. And 2 more times. In and out or up. Stretch those abs. You should feel a stretch in the abs. Now pull it in, and this should feel really good. All right, now you're going to flatten out your spine, pull your belly button in, and you're going to wag your tail side to side. And again, this should feel really good. Good stretch. And you're just going to try just to move the tail. So your arms and shoulders will stay pretty still. Eyes looking down the bridge of your nose. All right, one more. And back to neutral spine. All right, now we're going to do some big circles. So we're going to go counterclockwise, down and around, kind of into a child's pose, but we're going to keep our head up. So get in the shoulders, get in the hips, creating a long spine. And again, this all should feel really good. If it's hurting your knees, you can double up on your mat and reverse. I always get a few crackles. All right, and now we're going to come down onto our tummies. So we're going to do a couple baby cobras. I'm going to keep my legs somewhat together as I can. If that's too hard, if you don't have the strength in your back, you're going to open your legs wide. So there's nothing wrong. Either one is right. Abs are in. We're just going to do a baby cobra. Just lift. So squeeze those shoulder blades. We're working our back here. And relax down. Inhale to prepare. Abs are in, glutes are tight. Exhale, lift up. You should feel this in your back. And down. And again, inhale. Exhale, lift. It's a baby cobra, so we're not going to come all the way here. We're going to stay here. And down. We're not warmed up enough to go too high. And up. And down. All right. Now we're going to reach our arms long. We're just going to lift the upper body. So again, you need your abs in tight and your glutes tight. And we're going to lift and lower. This is getting a little harder. Lift and lower. 2 more. Up and down. Up and down. Put your hands by your side. Push yourself into a child's pose. Now we're going to come into a big cobra. So you're going to just bring your thighs to the floor, straight arms. Eyes look up. Stretching those abs. And relax back into a child's pose. And back on down we go. Now we're going to lift the whole body. So same thing, arms out. This time everybody's legs need to be hip distance apart or more. Inhale, abs in, glutes tight. Lift it all up. And lower it down. Inhale, exhale, up. Try to squeeze your shoulder blades. Use those mat back muscles to do the lifting. Up and down, one more. Up and down. All right, as always, I preach this every time. You have to do a stretch in between those back workouts. Each one, you need to stretch. So you can be here. You can also come into a puppy pose if you want more of a shoulder back stretch. Either one, child's pose or puppy pose. Now we're going to swim. So we're going to start up, and then we're going to do opposite arm, opposite leg, and switch. Up and switch. Up and switch. Up and switch. Keep going. And now start to swim. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and child's pose. Big deep breath in. And exhale, we're going to have a seat. So still working our posture here. It gets uncomfortable. So you're going to have your feet hip distance apart. You're going to sit up as tall as you can. So your abs are in nice and tight. Reach your arms out long. So I hope you can see how straight my back is. I work really hard on that. Inhale. As you exhale, you're going to C-curve. And then inhale. As you exhale, straighten. Abs go in. They should have gone in naturally to help hold you up. And again, inhale, exhale. Reach over your big beach ball. Inhale again, exhale as you hold it up. Hold, hold, hold. It gets uncomfortable. And again, beach ball. And as tall as you can, lengthen through that head. Reach it up. And last time, beach ball. And straighten. Hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it. Open those legs as wide as your mat. We're going to saw. So you're going to twist. Saw off your baby toe with your pinky finger 2 times. Come up and center. Twist. 2 pulses. Up. This is great for the posture, but it's also a really good hamstring stretch. And center. Twist. Pulse. Pulse. And center. My hair is, I don't know what's happening to with my hair today. It just wants to get in my eyes and my mouth. Pulse. Pulse. And tall. One more on each side. Twist. Pulse. Pulse. And up. Twist. Pulse. Pulse. And hold. So uncomfortable, uncomfortable. All right, flop it down into a beach blanket pose and roll the ankles. All right, one more for the posture and then we can go to some abs. Actually, yeah, we're gonna go to bridge and then we'll go to the abs. All right, so I'm gonna face you guys this time. So arms go out and now we're just gonna bring them forward, up, and around. I'm gonna keep that straight spine. Just big circles, just making it a little harder to stay tall. Making that back work. You might shake. That means you're doing it right. Nice and slow. Up and And now up and around, reverse directions. And now you're going to bring your hands into your serve the platter. You're going to serve the platter up and bring those palms down and around. And forward to the eyes, up and around. Good job. If you've ever done the reformer, you've done this exercise. A little harder when you don't have the support of the reformer to help you out. All right, one more. Harder to hold that straight spine. And flop. Okay, let's come down to a couple bridges. So feet are flat. This is great for the posture as well. Peel it up, working those multifidi, and peel it down. Inhale, exhale, up and hold, and down. Keep going, we're doing 10. If you're advanced, your arms are here, or they're here. You can also have weights in your hands as you go back and down. I really like to target my multifidi. I don't like to have weights in my hands. I don't want to make it an arm exercise. That's just personal though. I just really like to focus on my spine here. But if you want to add extra, you go for it. I just focus on my breath. Inhale to start, and then tailbone, vertebra by vertebra. Inhale again, and exhale all the bad gunk out. All right, I lost count, so let's do 2 more. Up and down. On this last one, we're gonna leave it up. Now, we're gonna work on those hammies a little bit. So, reach the leg up. You're gonna flex and point. Flex and point. 3 more. Flex and point. 2. And down. Other side. Flex and point. Flex and point. 3, 2, and high, and peel it right on down. Let's do some roll-ups. It'll stretch up those hamstrings. Big reach back, keep those ribs down, roll it on up, touch the toes, and roll it on down. I'm going a little faster today, but you can slow this down if you want. Eight. I'm guessing. I lost count again. I'm guessing. 9. I'll just warn you that there will be no such thing as me not losing count at some point during class. All right, up. And hold it, stretch those legs. All right, let's roll like a ball. I haven't done that in a long time. So, rolling like a ball. Do not roll onto your neck. or your head. This exercise does not involve your neck or your head. It's abs. Get on those sitting bones, tuck your chin, control, and hold it. So you're gonna balance on those sitting bones, don't let those toes touch. Abs, use those abs. This is an ab exercise. It's also a spinal massage, and it's also balance. So if you start to get dizzy, take a break. You can also, if you're getting dizzy, just put your feet down. Don't worry about balancing on the sitting bones. But if you're here with me, you're trying to use muscle over momentum as much as possible. So use the abs to pull you up and use the abs to rock you back. That's why we're hugging our legs. We're trying to keep our legs from using the legs to help us out. All right, one more time. And set those feet down. All right, I want to get the abs good because we worked our back pretty good earlier. So we are gonna sit up tall, feet are flat. You're gonna hinge yourself back. So you're gonna feel like your feet are gonna pop up, but they're not. You're not gonna let them. So if you can go back farther, but try to, we're not in a C curve, we're with a flat back here. Now we're gonna start by going up an inch, back an inch. Up and hold, back. Up and hold. Up and hold. If you need to, hold on to those legs. We got about 3.5 minutes here of this exercise. It's going to feel a lot longer. So if you need to, help yourself out. Let's do one more, back an inch, up an inch. Now go back. And now we're going to do elbows, punch forward. Elbows, so the only thing moving are our arms. Our arms. That's hard to say. Our arms. 4, 3, 2, 1, and left and punch. Stay on the left and punch. 7, I didn't lose count that time. 8, not on this exercise because I don't want to do more than 10. And switch. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now we got to get those obliques. So rotate one side. Hold your hand here if you need to. Elbow, punch forward. Elbow, punch. 7, 8, arm workout here. 9, hold it and twist. 2, notice I'm not twisting with my shoulders. I'm twisting from my tailbone. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Obliques, really good for the posture. Twist. Elbow, punch forward. Elbow, punch. 7, 8, 9, hold and twist. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and hold forward. So we have about 45 seconds left. Up and down, up and down. 3, 2, 1, and open and close. 30 seconds. And put those two together. Up, down, open. Close. I'm starting to get tired, so I just noticed I was using momentum. I'm going to tough it out and try not to use momentum. 10 seconds. Well, last set up and oh. All right, fold, 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 fold. When I started doing those, I could hardly do that series. I usually do it, that wasn't as long as usual. I usually make it more like 5 minutes, but there was a time when I was the one holding onto my legs. And it was just only about a year ago when I started that one, and I kept at it. Just rest for a second. Kept at it, and now I can do it full 5 minutes without holding on. You'll really feel it. It'll get you strong. All right, now bring your leg forward, and you're gonna point for 2, flex back for 1. Point, point, and flex. Point, point, and flex. Good job. Seven, 8. Squeeze the booty, so you should be able to feel it. If you put your hand here, you'll feel your seat. And set it down. All right, rotate your knee up to the sky. So your feet are in the Pilates stance here. You're gonna point and flex. Point and flex. Seven, 8, 9. I just got myself looking down. Bad posture, Katie, bad posture. All right, now we're gonna draw our leg in so our toes are pointed, and we're gonna flex it down. I need to remember to look forward. I'm so good at looking down, and that's, you know, not good on the neck. All right, now we're gonna switch it up. We're gonna flex and point and slide it back down. So your feet should go right on into the Pilates stance. All right, now we're gonna face everything forward again in bicycle. So lift your leg up, knee forward, pointing, and flex it as you go back. So I'm gonna keep my torso as still as possible. And this is pretty slow. And now reverse, flex, and point. Flex. If flexing and pointing is too much, just neutralize your foot. It's an add-on. The flexing and the pointing is an add-on. And what it does is it helps to work the calves. All right, and set it down. Let's hot potato. Tap, tap, up, tap, tap, up, tap, tap, up. I'm putting my hand here just to monitor my abs to make sure I'm not moving my torso around. But if you need stability, hand goes here. Last one, and down. All right, since this is a full body class, let's do our inner thighs. So if you can, bring your leg up, but if you need to, it can stay down here. But this kind of helps stretch out stretch out what we just worked. Lift that leg up and start with some circles. Using the inner thigh, try to use the inner thigh to do the work. And reverse. Hold it and pulse. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hold it. Rotate your toes to the floor and then lead with the heel. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And down. All right, since we're here on our side, nice and straight, we're going to work our obliques a little more. So this is also a balance exercise. So find something to focus on. Get those abs in. Lift and lower. Lift. So if you're wobbling on this, it's normal. 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, and down. Perfect. Okay, other side we go. We'll stretch it out here in a little bit, so just stay with me. Stay with me. Banana. And point and flex. Point and flex. I'm going to try my hardest not to look down. Try my hardest not to go to my comfort zone. Abs are in. Quick ab check. This is also an ab exercise. Even though you're not really feeling it there. All right, rotate that knee up. Point and flex. Point and flex. Good job. Keep going. Seven, 8, 9, and 10. And draw it in, pointing and flexing it down. Point and flex. Good job. And now we reverse. Flex and point. All right, rotate everything back forward and lift your leg up. Bicycle, point and flex. Point and flex. Keep those abs in. Finish it out and then flex and point. All right, and hot potato, tap, tap, up, tap, tap, up. 7, 8, 9. Ooh. Okay, and time for some inner thigh. Start with the leg lifted up as high as you can. Shoot it back as far as you can. And circle. And reverse. Be careful about pointing too hard on these. It can cause a cramp. Inner thighs are super important in Pilates. And pulse up. Inner and outer thighs, big deal in Pilates. And turn the toes down and heel up. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Obliques. Hands go behind the head and lift. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, let's stretch our backs out and our abs. So we did a lot of back stuff in the beginning. So big reach up, we're gonna thread the needle. You're gonna bring your arm through, drop your head onto the floor, stick your bottom up. And come back. We'll do the other side. Big reach, reach, reach up. And thread the needle. Try not to lay onto your ear. And let's stretch the hips a little bit. I felt that in my hip flexors when we were doing the ab work. So just bring one leg forward and lean until you feel the stretch right here. Let's add a little twist. It's always good to add a little twist. So bring your elbow around the outside of your foot. Bring your hands into a prayer. Make that stretch a little bit deeper. All right, unravel and switch. Lean. Big deep breaths. Now, if you want, this is optional to add the twist. If you're comfortable, you can just stay where you are. Otherwise, it's good to add a little more flexibility in that spine and the hips here with the twist. All right, and let's take a couple of big deep breaths in. So if you can't sit on your knees, just sit on your bottom. Big deep breath in, reach it up tall, and exhale down, and one more time. And exhale down. All right, good job.